Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 136, A Crack in the Track. It was an autumn evening on the island of Sodor. The narrow gauge engines had just returned home from a busy day's work. Some of them had helped at the incline, some of them had helped at Boulder Mountain, and some of them had even helped the pack construct a new suspension bridge. Either way, all of the engines were tired. Instead of the normal storytelling, and possibly even telling some jokes, the engines surprisingly wanted to go to sleep. "Phew," said Rheneas. "I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty tired. I don't think I'm up for a story tonight, Fearless Freddy." "No problem at all," said Fearless Freddy. "I feel the exact same way. My wheels ache." "Exactly," said Duncan. "And a useful engine is, well, not a tired engine. We need to get our rest." "Indeed," said Peter Sam. I think it's best that we all just go to sleep early tonight." "Agreed," said Rusty. "Anyway, guys, it's been nice talking here for a short while. Let's get our rest." "All right," said Rheneas. "Oh, look, here comes an engine." It was Duke. Duke puffed in very quickly. "Hello, everyone," said Duke. "Hi, Duke," said the engines. They were very happy to see him. "You have any news for us?" said Rheneas. "In fact," said Duke, "yes, I do. But I now present to you an engine that was formerly on the narrow gauge railway, has been absent for a couple of months, but he's now back, ready to rock and roll. Please welcome Smudger." Smudger rolled in quietly behind Duke. He didn't say much. "Welcome, Smudger," said all the engines, and they whistled very loudly. They were happy to have their narrow gauge friend back at home. Smudger has learned a lot at Crew, to say the least, and, well, I think it's best if he had time to tell it tomorrow. I can see that you're all very tired here." "Really?" said Fearless Freddy. "You can tell by our faces." "Indeed," said Duke. "You all have worked hard, and Smudger is tired too. Crew's a long ways away, and, well, his wheels ache too. Anyway, everybody, I suppose it's best that we get our rest." "Indeed," said Peter Sam. "Good night, everybody." "Good night," said all the engines, and they were soon asleep, except for one engine. For some reason, Smudger just couldn't get to sleep. He had learned a lot at Crew and was certainly a wiser engine. But for some reason, he just had this tingling sensation in his boiler that things weren't right. "I don't know what's wrong," said Smudger quietly. "The narrow gauge engines have certainly accepted me, and while they've forgotten about my faults and my accident, I don't see what's wrong. I should just try and get some sleep. There's no point in worrying about it when I don't know the full story. Anyway, I should get some sleep. I'm pretty tired." And with that, Smudger was asleep. The next morning, the engines were preparing for another hard day of work. "All right," said Rheneas. "We all know our jobs?" Not really," said Smudger quietly. I haven't been here." "Oh yeah, that's right," said Duke. "Hey, does anybody remember what Smudger was supposed to do?" "Not really," said Duncan. "Sir Topham hasn't spoken much of Smudger. That's not a bad thing, but, well, I figured he'd be here to tell you what to do, Smudger. We're sorry we don't know." "Oh, that's fine," said Smudger. I'll just look for something to do." "And whatever you do," said Peter Sam, "be sure to stay away from the new suspension bridge. It's almost complete, but it's dangerous. All right?" "All right," said Smudger. "Hey," said Rheneas, "I have a good idea." "What's that?" said Rusty. "How about I'm going to the station today to take a train. Smudger, do you want to take it?" "Oh, I don't know," said Smudger. I don't want to take the train from you, Rheneas." "Oh, it's no big deal at all," said Rheneas. "There will be plenty of more trains in the future. Come on, it'll be a good chance to stretch your wheels. Get to know the narrow gauge railway that you used to know. Not a lot of things have changed, but still, you should get out and stretch your wheels." "I guess," said Smudger. "I mean, Rheneas, if you don't mind giving up your train." "Nonsense," said Rheneas. "I don't mind sitting here in the shed. Maybe I'll even help out at the incline. Who knows? Anyway, Smudger, you better get off. The train's supposed to leave in a few minutes." "All right," said Smudger. "Thank you, Rheneas. Goodbye, everybody." "Goodbye," said all the engines. They were very happy to see their old friend go off and do some work. And with that, Smudger puffed away. Smudger puffed into the station right on time. He backed up to some unfamiliar coaches he had never seen before. "Hi, Henry," said Smudger. "Well, Smudger," said Henry, "it's nice to see you." "Thanks," said Smudger. "It looks like you're back from Crew." "Yep," said Smudger. I'm ready to get rockin' and rollin' on the narrow gauge railway." "Well, that's nice to hear," said Henry. "Psst," said Smudger quietly. "Henry, do you know the names of these coaches?" "No," said Henry. "I haven't quite memorized the names of the narrow gauge coaches yet." "Oh," said Smudger. I haven't seen them before, and I don't know their names. I don't want to be rude either, though." "Ahem," said one of the coaches. "We can hear you." "Yes," said another. "If you have a question, just ask us." "Huh, typical new narrow gauge engine," said another. "Oh, sorry about that," said Smudger. What are your names?" "I'm Ada." "I'm Jane." "And I'm Mabel," said the third coach. "Well, it's nice to meet you all," said Smudger. "My name's Smudger." "Oh, you're new to the railway," said Ada. "Not exactly," said Smudger. "I've been on a temporary leave of absence, so to speak." Ah, said Jane, very fascinating. Huh, said Mabel, I heard that he was a very naughty engine and he got sent away. That can't be true, said Ada. Well, it kind of is, said Smudger, but never mind, let's not dwell on the past. Anyway, how about we get started with this train? I don't want to be late. All right, said Ada, let's go. Jane was happy as well, but Mabel was not content. Engines these days, she said. If only Beatrice were here to see this. And with that, Smudger pulled away down the line. All right, said Smudger, I haven't been here for a while, so you guys are going to have to show me the way. Oh, that's right, said Ada. We're happy to help. The passengers were being very noisy that day, and the train was quite heavy. Smudger wasn't exactly in the best shape of his life, and, well, he was having some trouble. He had to stop at the airfield because he was out of breath. Phew, said Smudger. Man, I'm out of breath. Ada, is it just me or is this train heavy? No, said Ada, you're right. The train is heavy. No, it's you, said Mabel crossly. You're just a lazy engine. No talent at all. Oh, sorry, said Smudger. Be quiet, Mabel, said Jane. Smudger, he's new at pulling coaches. You haven't done it for a couple months, have you? No, said Smudger, but I do feel quite silly. I don't know what is with me. Anyway, once I catch my breath, I'll get going again. All right, said the coaches. We'll wait here patiently. And they did. Soon, however, the passengers were growing anxious. They didn't know why they had stopped at the airfield. It wasn't like there was anything special about the airfield. You ready to go? Said Ada. Yes, said Smudger. I'm ready to go. I have my breath back. Onward! And with that, he pulled the three coaches out of sight. Smudger continued along down the line. He was beginning to feel like a really useful engine again. Ada and Jane were quite friendly, but for some reason Mabel was quite resentful of Smudger. Smudger didn't know why, but he didn't let it stop him. Soon he was along a short viaduct that ran over some track. How are we doing? Said Smudger. You're doing just fine, said Ada. We're right on time. Good, said Smudger. Whew, this train is definitely heavy. I'm gonna have to take a couple more breaks, if that's all right. As long as you're on time, said Ada. I have no problem with it. Me neither, said Jane. Lousy engines these days, said Mabel. Ugh, whatever, said Smudger. He was beginning to learn to ignore Mabel. Anyway, let's go. I don't want to be late. On that, he continued off down the line. Soon Smudger ran into something that was quite surprising. Oh, wow, said Smudger. I forgot this giant hill was here. Oh, well, coaches, I may need some help. You can call us by our names, said Mabel. Yeah, sorry, said Smudger. Anyway, Ada, Jane, and Mabel, if you could give me some help, that'd be greatly appreciated. No trouble at all, said Ada and Jane. I'll do my best to hold him back, said Mabel very loudly. Be nice, Mabel, said Jane. Smudger laughed and continued on. It was hard work. The passengers enjoyed the view, but Smudger was struggling. I can't do it, he said as he faltered. He began to slide down the hill. No, said Ada, you're almost there. Go on, go on. You're right, said Smudger. I can make it to the top. Here we go, we're almost there. And with that, Smudger did make it to the top. And boy, was the view good. Wow, said Smudger. That was hard work, but it was well worth it. Slow down, said Mabel. You're going to crash. Ugh, said Smudger crossly. Mabel again. Just to make her mad, I'm going to go down this hill as fast as I can. He began to speed up. No, said Ada. Mabel's right. What's going on? Said Smudger, but it was too late. Smudger raced down the hill. Hang on, he yelled, but it was too late. He and the coaches rounded a sharp bend. Smudger's front wheels nearly dipped off the track, but he was all right. Phew, said Smudger. That was a close one. Oh, look, here we are on a bridge. Wow, that was a close one. Sorry I didn't listen to you, Mabel. Engines these days, she said. We almost had an accident. Sorry, I didn't realize there was such a steep curve there. I don't necessarily remember that being there, but we're on this nice suspension bridge here. Everything's sure to be safe. Oh no, said Ada. This is terrible. What's going on? Asked Smudger. Oh dear, it's too late. We're in trouble now. Just then the pack roared up. They had come to work on the suspension bridge because it was almost complete. Nelson, a new member of the pack, was the first to notice that Smudger was on the bridge. Hey, Jack, said Nelson. Is Smudger supposed to be on the bridge? No one is supposed to be on the bridge, said Jack. It's not complete. Well, there's Smudger, said Byron, on the bridge with some passengers. Oh, dear, said Kelly, and also a new member of the pack. This is terrible. That bridge could collapse at any second. And right when he said that, Smudger and the coaches heard a creak. What was that? Asked Smudger. I don't know, said Jane. I don't really like it up here. We should probably get off. Hey, said Mabel. Don't you guys remember Sir Topham Hatt saying something about this bridge, how we should stay off of it? Just then it hit Smudger. Oh dear, he said. You're right, Mabel. Oh, this is terrible. I better get off as quickly as I can. Just then they heard another creaking noise. The bridge is going to collapse, said Ada. Oh dear, said Smudger. I must get off here as fast as I can. What shall we do? Said Alfie. Don't worry, said Patrick, another new member of the pack. I'll go warn him. Hey, what's your face? Get off that bridge. My name's Smudger, he said. And yes, I know I need to get off this bridge, but I don't know if I can. What do you mean if you can't? Said Patrick. It's very simple. You go backwards. Uh-oh, this can't be good. Guys, we're in trouble now. Uh-oh, said Isabella, a new member of the pack also. We better go get an engine to go get help. Smudger appears to be stuck. I don't know why he would be stuck, said Alfie. This is ridiculous. Patrick zoomed away and soon found Sir Handel. Sir Handel, he said, you need to come at once. What's the big deal? Said Sir Handel, and just then he realized. Uh-oh, Smudger's not supposed to be up there. Oh, this is trouble for sure. Smudger, get off the bridge. I'm trying, said Smudger. It wasn't that he was stuck, it was that the train was so heavy that it was a very full train and the passengers were being rowdy. This is terrible, said Smudger. I can't move the train. He tried his best, but without the momentum of the big hill that he had just come down, he couldn't get the train going. Oh, bother, said Smudger. This is terrible. The bridge is gonna collapse and it's all my fault. Hey, I have an idea. Driver, uncouple me from the train. All right, said the driver, and with that, Smudger raced away. What's he doing? Said Jane. I don't know, said Ada. Looks like he's running away. Is he running away? Said Mabel. Oh, this is unacceptable. When I get a piece of that engine next, I'm going to show him what I really mean. Calm down, Mabel, said Jane. I don't think he's running away. At least I don't hope he's running away. He left us 3 coaches here on the bridge, full of passengers too, said Ada. Oh, look, he's coming back. And that 3 coaches were wrong. Smudger was not running away. He was simply running. He was running away and then back so that he could give the coaches a bump. It was enough to send the coaches rolling off to the side and out of the way of the collapsing bridge. Hooray, Smudger, said the 3 coaches. Even Mabel chimed in this time, but that was the worst of their worries. Smudger was now stuck on the bridge. Come on, Smudger, said the coaches. Get off the bridge, now! But Smudger couldn't, when he had banged the coaches so hard that he had broken both pistons and had cracked a wheel. Smudger could not move and he was losing steam fast. I can't move, said Smudger. Oh, I'm stuck here. Oh, well, this is terrible. The bridge is going to collapse, and I've only just come back from Crewe. Looks like I'll be going there for repairs again. Smudger, said Sir Handel, get off the bridge. Save yourself. But it was too late. All that matters is that the passengers are safe, said Smudger, and he was right. All of a sudden, the bridge collapsed, and Smudger was stuck at the bottom. Oh, he said, I hit my head on the way down. Oh, this can't be good. And with that, Smudger blacked out. Oh, dear, said Sir Handel, this isn't good. Smudger, can you hear me? But Smudger did not reply. What's happening over there? Said Kelly. I don't know, said Sir Handel. This is terrible. Oh dear, I must go get help. I must go get Sir Topham Hatt. And with that, Sir Handel raced away to go get help. Soon, Rusty the Diesel arrived with the breakdown train. Sir Handel had also found Sir Topham Hatt, and he arrived as well. What's the situation look like here? Patrick asked Sir Topham Hatt. Well, sir, said Patrick, Smudger went down that big hill over there and stopped on the suspension bridge. He was very brave and saved the coaches and the passengers from a certain doom, but unfortunately didn't save himself in time. I don't know what the deal was. He had plenty of time to get off the bridge. It's like something broke or something. Never mind about that, said Sir Topham Hatt. Rusty, it's time to work your magic. I'll do the best I can, sir, said Rusty, and with that he pushed the crane over the edge. A workman hopped out and attached the end of the crane to Smudger. Smudger still did not respond to anything the engine said. Smudger, said Rusty, can you hear me? But Smudger did not respond. All right, said Rusty, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And with that, he gave a big yank. Smudger was soon rolling up the hill, but he certainly looked dazed and confused. He was beginning to wake up, but was still not fully conscious. Smudger, said Rusty, are you all right once they reached the top? Smudger did not respond. Smudger, said Sir Topham Hatt, wake up. Smudger did not respond still. Oh dear, said Ada, I fear the worst. Same here, said Jane. He was a very brave engine, putting the passengers and coaches before himself. Would you two be quiet, said Mabel. Smudger's fine. Hey, Smudger, wake up! Whoa, said Smudger. Why is Mabel yelling at me? Sir Topham Hatt laughed, and he soon walked up onto the viaduct to inspect things. Well, Smudger, he said, we must thank Mabel for waking you up. Appears you knocked your head on the way down. I think so, said Smudger. Oh, my goodness. Are the coaches and the passengers all right? They're fine, said Rusty. You got them out of the way, but wasn't able to save yourself, and I can understand why. You're badly damaged. Looks like you have a cracked wheel right there. Your pistons are missing. What's that about? I'll explain later, said Smudger. Oh, dear. I don't know if I asked this or not, but are the passengers all right? They're fine, said Sir Handel. You did an excellent job. All right, said Smudger. Wait, what about the passengers? I think he has hit his head, said Sir Topham Hatt. Well, Smudger, I must say this. You are truly a brave engine. What? Said Smudger. I'm not a brave engine, sir. I'm a silly engine. I came along this bridge when it wasn't complete. I jeopardized everybody's safety on the train, even my own. That's not your fault, said Sir Topham Hatt. I was very busy on the standard gauge railway, and I didn't have time to come tell you about this bridge last night. I'm very sorry about it. But it's still my fault, sir, said Smudger. The other engines told me about it, and I simply, well, it went in my ears and, well, came out my boiler. Sorry, sir. That's fine, said Sir Topham Hatt. We all make mistakes. No, sir. It's not all right. I've made too many mistakes lately. That's the reason you sent me to crew in the first place. Oh, dear. It looks like nothing has changed. I certainly feel like a silly engine. Sir, I am sorry. I don't know what else to say. I feel like a silly, stupid, useless engine. You are the most useful engine on the narrow gauge railway, said Sir Topham Hatt. What? Said Smudger. Smudger, I can see a huge improvement from when you left for crew. You were once a selfish engine. Now you're a selfless engine. You jeopardized yourself so that you could save the passengers in these coaches over here. I can't think of any other engine that would do that. Your quick thinking saved the railway for sure, and saved those coaches and passengers from a certain doom. Smudger, I am very impressed with you. Oh, thank you, sir. Just for some reason, I don't feel like a really useful engine. That will come in time, said Sir Topham Hatt. For right now, let's celebrate the fact that you are all right, and that you are a really useful engine. Thank you, sir, said Smudger. Once I get back from crew, I'll be sure to help fix this bridge. Sir Topham Hatt laughed. All right, he said. Everybody, I think we know what time it is. Really? Said the pack. Yes, said Sir Topham Hatt. Let us all give 3 cheers to the engine that deserves it most. Smudger here. And with that, the passengers, Ada, Jane, and Mabel, the pack, Sir Handel, Rusty, and Sir Topham Hatt gave 3 cheers to the engine that deserved it most.